selling pipes and
Head shop.
K2 and whatnot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where at? Which one?
The one
Plug.
is, You
Yeah.
want me to I don't want to advertise my place of business.
It's all right. I'll come back.
We're all heads here.
I'll come over there with
Come
a
on down
with
for
a
the
sheet.
special and shit. No,
You can pay me later.
He's on the corner
anyway,
of
get back to
Pioneer
what
and
you're doing. I'm just
360.
happy to hear y'all. Peace out.
Very cool.
He works at a head shop on the corner of Pioneer and 360 called PPV Glass Piece.
Pioneer and 360, awesome. Yeah, I'm actually going to be going to head shops, trying to get head shops to buy into advertisements and stuff as
Dude,
well.
definitely. Go
Yeah,
there.
yeah, for sure.
Sell
Well, now they
CDs
owe
there.
you one.
Yeah, right. All right. So let me touch on some of these topics I got to cover real quick. Like I was saying, let's see. We'll talk about this Stumbling on Happiness book. I'm telling you, I got this recommended to me by, gosh, which teacher was it? I want to say it was my general semantics teacher that I took this course, most enlightening course I've ever taken, because it's, general semantics is all about talk, how you communicate with somebody. And the first day he was like, what would you think if you're driving and you see a car with, the fish sticker or the fish emblem on the back? You automatically make assumptions, or with the rainbow sticker on the back. You already make assumptions about people and driving the car, and you just automatically, subconsciously it happens. And, talking about how to effectively communicate with somebody, a couple of the, true, rules of general semantics is, expect to misunderstand and expect to be misunderstood. Everything that you say that comes out of your mouth, you can make it as crystal clear as you possibly can, and somebody is going to interpret it differently. Always. And never use absolutes, which are like never and always and stuff like that, because when you use that kind of descriptive word when you're talking, people will focus on just that word. They're not going to focus on what you're saying. They're going to focus on that word and be like, you're lying right there, because you can never do something.
Exactly.
There's always, a chance that that's going to happen. You can't, so they focus on stuff like that. But this book, it talks about how, people get caught up. I know I used always are now. Please don't. I will never be able to live up to that rule.
The only thing always works for is exceptions.
Exactly.
There are always exceptions.
there's always ways around it, and believe me, if there is one, I'll find it. But yeah, no, it talks about how it covers different. So part one is prospection, and part two, subjectivity, part three, realism, part four, presentism, rationalism, part five, and corrigibility. So there's all these different things that they touch upon on reasons why people get so lost in sadness, because they are not focusing on what's going on right now. They are, looking at what's gonna happen, what they think may happen. You can't project yourself into the future. It's really interesting. It takes a really cool scientific approach to it too, because it's got all kinds of case studies and examples and stuff like that.
Who's the author?
The author is Daniel Gilbert, and the book is called Stumbling on Happiness.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. It's especially if you're into, because with me, I try to think that I'm, smart and that I can understand all these big words and everything, and most of the time I can figure it out with the context and stuff, but luckily with his book, I don't have to necessarily go back and reread the sentences 2 or 3 times, because he'll explain it all with scientific experiments and examples on why it is that way. Okay, let's see. There's a few quotes that I had underlined, and I'm hoping that they make sense. Let's see. One of the reasons why most of us think of ourselves as talented, friendly, wise, and fair-minded is that these words are the lexical equivalents of a nectar cube. Oh, nectar cube is one of the things that he was talking about earlier, so you won't understand what that is.
Nectar cube.
Nectar cube. But yeah, no, there's, okay, hold on. Give me 2 more seconds. I know I'm going to find a good quote, or at least I hope I will. Okay, let's see. Distorted views of reality are made possible by the fact that experiences are ambiguous. That is, they can be credibly viewed in many ways, some of which are more positive than others. To ensure that our views are credible, our brain accepts what our eye sees. To ensure that our views are positive, our eye looks for what our brain wants.
Mm-hmm. That makes total sense.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, what? I didn't even, because, a lot of things that he talks about are things that are subconsciously done. And until they're brought to your attention, you don't even realize that. But I've just been reading this book, I'll read like at nighttime right before I go to sleep or whatever. And it's taken me a while to get to where I'm at right now. But, reading this book and actually trying to remember what it says and like applying that to things like in the next day or whatever it does, it's making me a little happier. So it works, guys. So highly recommended if you guys are looking for something that is a good read, make you feel smarter at the end of the day. Stumbling on Happiness, it's a good one. Okay, so movie talk. Gran Torino, you seen it?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen it?
No, I have not.
You have not? What did you think of it?
See, I had an interesting perspective because my father was a Marine and he fought in Korea.
Oh, okay.
He was a jarhead, and so I seen a lot of that coming from my dad growing up.
Oh.
I thought the movie was funny in a lot of ways.
Yeah, definitely.
But it tells the truth though, on so many levels because in the service and in the military, you're taught how to be, this killer or this person, and you're used to this way of life. And when you come back home, they don't teach you how to be a member of society.
Yeah.
And so it also reflected that, how a person, who's stuck in the 50s and stuck in that lifestyle is dealing with gang members, in the 2000 era. I thought it was a sad movie though. I didn't want him to die at the end. I didn't want him to die.
Okay, so no need to watch
Now I
the movie.
don't have to see it.
I thought you said you just saw it.
I did see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry for the people who didn't see that movie.
He does die.
I did now.
Yeah, right? No, it's actually, even if you do know the ending, still watch the movie.
right.
It is a really good movie.
It is really, really good because I'm not going to say why I think it's funny, but
the onslaught of racial slurs.
some of the things that he calls his next door Asian friend.
Yeah, and they just like kind
they
of
look at him and they're just like, man, this guy's crazy.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at him.
Yeah,
That's just the way
exactly.
he is. And they didn't get mad at his racism, and and he didn't see as himself being racist.
No.
Because that's the way he is.
Exactly.
And
it's their own upbringing, it's their own experiences that have shaped every person.
That car was pretty smooth, huh?
That was a nice
It was
car.
a badass car.
Did you know that song at the end in the credits? It's called Gran Torino. That the Clint Eastwood wrote it, and he was like singing
Really?
at the beginning of it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's very multi-talented. He looked so old in that movie.
Yeah.
Though. He looked so old. I was just like, is that really Clint Eastwood? Like, man.
He's in his 70s by the time he...
I mean, but he looked it. He definitely did.
I guess my favorite line was, "You need to go talk to your girlfriend, Yum Yum.
Yeah.
You're letting her walk off with Charlie Chan and Click Clack."
Yeah,
It's like, I love this
it's
movie.
just one right after the other. It's like you almost have to write them down just to catch them all because he is so smooth with it.
And then whenever he was when they were reading off the wheel, he gave the
Oh,
code.
and he's like, don't
Don't go fixing it up like
with the big spoiler and stuff. Yeah,
love
it
that
was.
movie.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, actually, I liked it. I even looked up Hmong afterwards, like the
Hmong.
Hmong people.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't. I mean, I'm in school. I was more of a math science versus a history English. So
exact opposite.
yeah, I'm one of those. But actually coming into this change of the way I've been living and thinking and stuff like that, I have become increasingly more interested in actually remembering and knowing different cultures and ways of life and all that stuff, because I as well would like to travel, and I don't want to be one of those tourists that are unaware of the things that are going on. I want to be able to know, wherever it is that I go, what's going on there, and be able to talk to people like I actually have a clue.
Hit the spots.
Exactly. Hit them where it hurts. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so
Have as much fun while you're there as possible.
of course, dive in to the culture. That's why it's like I'm always a pre-planner as well. Like I want to do trips and stuff. First off, all these trips that I've been taking lately have been in my mind because I can't afford anything.